Every person who hurt you, you let in. Not because you were stupid, not because you were weak, not because you have bad luck in love, because you were never taught what safe love feels like. And today, that changes forever. I want you to think about the last person who hurt you. Maybe it was a partner, maybe a friend, maybe someone you trusted completely. And I want you to think about the beginning, when you first met them. Were there signs? Little moments that felt slightly off? A comment that stung? A time they did not show up? A feeling in your stomach you could not name?
Maybe there were. Maybe there were many signs, but you explained them away. You told yourself, nobody is perfect. They are going through a hard time. I can help them. I can love them through this. And you stayed, and you gave, and you tried. And slowly, they took more than you had and left you with less than you started with.
And now you are asking, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I always end up with someone who drains me, who uses me, who leaves me feeling smaller than before? Maybe you have said this to a friend. Maybe you have said it quietly to yourself at 3 a.m. I must be attracting this somehow. Something must be wrong with me.
And that thought, that quiet, painful thought, is the one we need to talk about today. Sound familiar? If yes, stay, because what I am about to tell you will change how you see yourself forever. Here is what nobody tells you about attracting the wrong people.
You think it is bad luck. You think you are cursed in love. You think some people are just destined to be hurt again and again. But that is not what is happening. Not even close. Here is the real truth. You do not attract what you want. You attract what feels familiar.
Read that again. Not what you want. What feels familiar. If you grew up in a home where love felt uncertain, where you had to earn it, beg for it, or survive without it, then uncertain love feels like home to you.
Not because you like pain, not because you want to suffer, but because your nervous system learned this is what love feels like. This is normal. This is safe. So when a person comes along who is warm, consistent, kind, and stable, something feels off. Something feels boring. Something feels wrong. And when a person comes along who is exciting, unpredictable, a little unavailable, something feels electric. Something feels like love. But it is not love. It is familiarity. And familiarity is not always good for you. The pattern is not in your luck. The pattern is in your nervous system, in what you learned love was supposed to feel like. And patterns can be unlearned. Nervous systems can be rewired. You can learn for the first time what safe love actually feels like. And when you do, everything changes. Let me tell you about Diane. Diane was 44. She had been in 4 serious relationships. Every single one had ended in pain. The first left her for someone else. The second was emotionally cold for years before she finally walked away. The third was charming at first, the most charming man she had ever met, and slowly became someone she did not recognize. After the third one ended, Diane sat in her car in a parking lot and cried for an hour. She said out loud to nobody, "Why do I keep choosing this? What is wrong with me?" She started therapy, and her therapist asked her one question that changed her life. She asked, "Diane, what did love feel like in your house when you were a child?" Diane went quiet for a long time, because she remembered her father was brilliant and funny and magnetic. Everyone loved him. But he was also unpredictable. Some days warm, some days distant. Some days she could do nothing right. And she spent her whole childhood trying to earn his consistent love, trying to be good enough, trying to figure out the right way to make him stay present. She never figured it out, but she spent decades trying. And then she realized she had been doing the same thing in every relationship since. Finding men who were magnetic but unavailable. Warm sometimes, distant other times. Men she had to earn. Men she could never quite reach. Because that felt like love. That felt like home. Diane wept in that therapy session. Not from sadness, from recognition. She was not broken. She was not cursed. She was just following a map she had been given as a child. A map that led her to familiar places. And now that she could see the map, she could draw a new one. Her next relationship was different. The man was kind, consistent. He called when he said he would. He showed up. He was not dramatic or exciting in that electric way. At first, it felt strange, almost boring. But Diane stayed, and slowly she began to feel something she had never felt before in a relationship. Safe. Not excited, not anxious, safe. And she realized this is what love is actually supposed to feel like. You keep choosing people who need to be fixed. There is a person in your life right now, maybe a partner, maybe a friend, who you have been trying to help for years, who you keep giving to, who keeps taking, who keeps promising to change. And you stay because you believe if I love them enough, they will change. If I give more, they will finally see my worth. But here is the painful truth. You cannot love someone into becoming who they are not ready to be. And while you are busy trying to fix them, you are neglecting yourself. The desire to fix people often comes from a deep belief. If I can help them, I am worthy of love. If I can save them, I deserve to be here. But your worth is not something you earn by rescuing people. So ask yourself honestly, am I drawn to this person because they are good for me or because they need me? And needing me feels like being loved. Those are very different things, and knowing the difference will protect you. You ignore the signs because you are afraid of being alone. The signs were there. You know they were. You felt them. That comment that made your stomach drop, that time they did not show up, that moment you felt small after being with them. But you explained every sign away because the alternative, being alone, felt worse than staying. And loneliness is real. It hurts. It is one of the hardest human experiences. But here is what loneliness in a bad relationship does. It teaches you that being with the wrong person is better than being alone. And that belief leads you deeper into patterns that hurt you. Being alone is temporary. Being with the wrong person changes you slowly, piece by piece. So practice this. The next time you feel that stomach drop, that small alarm inside you, do not explain it away. Write it down. Just write, I felt uncomfortable when this happened. Not to end the relationship immediately, just to start listening to yourself again. Because your gut has been trying to tell you the truth for a long time. You do not know what safe love looks like, so you cannot choose it. This is not your fault. You cannot choose something you have never seen. Maybe you grew up watching love that was painful, love that was conditional, love that required you to be perfect or small or invisible. And so when safe love appears, consistent, calm, kind, it feels wrong. It feels weak. It feels like something must be missing. But nothing is missing. Safety is not boring. Safety is the foundation for everything real. So here is your practice. Make a list, not of the qualities you find attractive, but of the qualities that make you feel safe. Does this person do what they say they will do? Do they respect your feelings? Do you feel calm around them or anxious? Calm is good. Anxious is familiar. But familiar is not the same as right. Start choosing calm, even when it feels strange, even when it feels less exciting. Because calm is where love actually grows. You accept less because you believe that is all you deserve. This is the deepest truth and the hardest one. Somewhere along the way, you learned, I do not deserve too much. Do not ask for too much.
Do not expect too much. Maybe someone taught you that directly. Maybe you just absorbed it from years of not being chosen first. And so you accept crumbs and you call them enough. And you are grateful for them because you do not believe you deserve the whole loaf.
But you do. You deserve someone who chooses you clearly and consistently. Someone who does not keep you guessing. Someone who makes you feel like enough, just as you are. Not because you earned it, not because you are perfect, but because that is what love is supposed to be.
So when someone offers you crumbs, notice it and ask yourself, am I accepting this because it is enough or because I believe this is all I am worth? That question is the beginning of everything changing. Let me be honest with you right now.
You have been told, consciously or not, that love is something you have to work for, something you have to earn, something that requires you to be smaller, quieter, easier, less. And you have spent years working, shrinking, adjusting, trying to become the version of yourself that someone would finally choose.
And it has not worked. Because you cannot earn your way into being loved by someone who was never capable of loving you. You have given so much to people who gave so little back. You have stayed when you should have left. You have explained away signs that were screaming at you. You have convinced yourself that the love you were getting was enough, when deep inside you were starving. That is not weakness. That is what happens when no one teaches you what healthy love looks like. When all you have ever known is love that comes with conditions, with unpredictability, with pain. But here is what I see when I look at your story.
Every time you loved someone, even when they could not love you back, that was an enormous heart. Every time you tried again after being hurt, that was courage. Every time you stayed hopeful, even after disappointment, that was strength. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are someone with a huge capacity for love who was never taught where to aim it.
And now you know. You aim it at people who are capable of receiving it, and you aim some of it at yourself. Because the love you have been pouring into everyone else, you needed some of it all along. So here is what I want you to do after this. Think of one person in your life right now, one relationship, romantic or friendship, that consistently leaves you feeling drained, confused, or small. Just one. And ask yourself, does this person make me feel safe? Or do they make me feel like I have to earn their love? You do not have to do anything about it today. You do not have to end anything or say anything. Just be honest with yourself about the answer. Because awareness is where everything starts. You cannot change a pattern you cannot see. And you can see it now, which means you can change it. Which means the next chapter of your life can look completely different from every chapter before it. You are allowed to be loved easily. You are allowed to be chosen clearly. You are allowed to feel safe in love. Not someday, now. Starting with the people you let in from here forward. Tell me in the comments, what is one sign you ignored in a past relationship that you wish you had listened to? You do not have to share the whole story, just the sign. Because someone reading your comment might be ignoring that same sign right now, and your words might save them. If this reached something real in you, please subscribe, because more honest conversations are coming about love, about healing, about finally choosing people who choose you back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting me with something this tender. You deserve love that does not hurt, and it exists, and you are worth waiting for it. Choose wisely. You are enough.